Hello, Merry Christmas. Going to attempt to finish the tower today. I don't know if I'll feel like doing the whole thing, but that's the intention. I don't know if I'll do it this stream. I'm gonna go visit the kitties later, most likely, unless they give me tonight off, so... Need to start looking into my next challenge. What am I gonna play after this? I got a $30 donation from somebody on the channel. I don't know what their username is. They had their real name. So I'm gonna start hunting around on the Steam store and the eShop, try to find something. Next month there's really not anything coming out. It's pretty much February and March is when a lot of cool stuff I'll be playing comes out. Oh yes. Christmas combos. Not gonna get the bonus on this one. Oh wait, Zeus came through for me. As long as the exit's not on like the opposite end of where I am right now, I should be able to get it. I'm so glad they added this mode. No more damn talking and waiting for doors to open. Just fun. Ah, shit. I hate this map, man. I have to go all the way around. I was gonna cut it really close. I hate that shit, man. Always, on this map, it always puts the exit on that side. You can't just jump up there. You have to go all the way around. I shouldn't have taken that detour. Now I'm gonna miss the time bonus. Damn horse needs to go faster. Come on, go faster. Hurry up. You need to put, like... I remember I had that horse on the PC version with cheat engine that went, like, double the speed. That was fun. Why are there so many peons over here? Go away. Oh, you bastard. Ugh. Hurry up. Still got it. Got 25 more levels to go. If I keep getting the clear bonus, then it's only going to take 12 more maps to get to the end. But depending on what it gives, and there's a lot of random factors. Both the objective it gives you, the map that it spawns on, and whether you have a chance to increase the time limit by beating officers. Has a huge impact. Sometimes some of the maps really suck to traverse. Case in point right here, this is a pretty shitty map. I should still be able to get it though. Yeah, this mode's fun. I mean, it's obviously very low budget. I think they could have added a little bit more of a progression hook to it. Like, bring back the accessory system or something. They didn't put a ton of effort into it, but combat in this game is fun enough, just fun enough that it doesn't really matter, in my opinion. I would like if they had like a couple more systems to it or something, but the whole fun of this game is the combat, and the story mode actively prevents you from enjoying it with all the waiting and stuff. So it's nice that you can just kill shit, basically. No other way to really sugarcoat it. Something the game needed. Well, perfect, right here. Or not, I have to fucking go around. For no reason. This will just take longer. Yeah, I put reach 20 on all of these characters because they all have very short range. And it definitely does make a difference. No welcoming committee? Alright. Just gonna let me leave? Nice. Sometimes the peons, they can actually come from a really long distance away. It's really easy to get screwed over, especially if you're like on the cusp of losing your time bonus. I'm surprised that didn't happen there. I guess there's just no spawn points for them up there. Or an officer didn't spawn there. I'm gonna go ahead and reset that. I don't want to do 1,000 kills. And that map is Garbo. No thanks. It costs like 20,000 gems to reset the objectives, but at this point, I don't really have anything to use the money on until I actually have the materials to craft the ultimate weapons. So, pretty easy investment. If it's one that I have that's going to be really annoying, or it's a very low chance of getting the clear bonus, then I usually just reset it. Probably could have gotten it just fine, but it would have been tight most likely because of how annoying that map is. Body. The AI managed to die somehow. How did the AI die? What? Somehow Ling Tong died while not being controlled. Come on. Oh, what the hell he died to? Did he die to a peon or something? No, it doesn't really matter. It's just less fun. I can't go as crazy as I like. That's only happened to me like twice. I could farm here, but I want to try to get to the end today. So, try to make sure I get the clear bonus. I'm probably already pretty close to maxing out the map anyway. There's probably not going to be too many more spawns. I don't know exactly how many officers can spawn, but there will always be a point where they stop spawning. The map already looks mostly cleared out. Oh, Goemon, my favorite. Really happy to have him on the party. Moveset has been terrible for like 15 years. Never gotten any better. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
皆と食材を探すのはとても楽しかったわ。知らない調理法も教えてもらえたし、これから作るものの幅が広がりそうね。
もっと強くなるよ。
龍剣真の三国無双を名乗らせてもらう。拙者こそ天下無双。
No, I don't want to destroy pots. Screw that. Reset. That should be easy enough to get the clear bonus on. It's not going to be fast, but... No, the pots are evil. I do wish this mode had better crowds. Crowds of officers are like non-existent. They could make one change to make this mode even more fun. Would be like having larger clumps of officers. That's what this game is missing, just in general. Not a lot of large crowds of officers. Mostly just small ones. Or the story mode, any level that does have a lot of crowd has like 50 hours of talking, which just kills it.
行こうか。
楽にしてあげる。
Yeah, it's mostly just that, and the lack of really interesting progression. The only things I don't like about this mode. It is still very fun, but feels like they forgot what a Muso game is. This whole game in general, the level design is garbage. There's not one single level in this game that's on par with Tsukushima in the last game, which was just straight fun, just large crowds of officers. I don't know why a Muso game of all things is lacking large crowds of officers. What's up, bro? Yeah, but I hated Gauntlet mode because you couldn't switch out. It was not fun to me. I never played it again after I got the accessories. I never went back to it. But it was fine because the level design was much better in that game than this one, so it wasn't as much of an issue. But here, you don't have that luxury. The story mode is awful, and it's still a large chunk of the game content. Hello, Rico. Merry Christmas. Yes, I've played them all, I'm just like not super great at them. There's actually a Virgil mod came out today for Christmas. I'm probably going to try that out on the stream at some point. It won't take more than a few minutes to set up. I'm trying to finish this first and then I'll transition into that. I just never got like super proficient at the DMC game. I mean, I'm better than the average person for sure. I'm not on the level of the top level players. I just never really cared to get that far. But yeah, of course I love those games. I've played most of them on this channel at some point.
わしが直々に力を貸してやる。喜ぶがよ。行くとしますか。
が真の三国無双ってね。ここは俺が。
Thank you. Look for something to buy with my Christmas funds, but man, next month just looks so dry. There's like nothing coming out. There's nothing interesting at all. The only thing I'm really interested in is Super Crush KO, which I'll most likely be able to get a review key for. I'll just pay off with Patreon. There's like nothing on the Steam sale that's a must buy for me. There's like a couple fighting games I haven't bought that I was looking into getting just to try out, but nothing else really. The problem of being a content creator is you tend to have shit as soon as it comes out, so it's not. Sales aren't really a big deal for me most of the time. Sometimes they are, but I have all the good stuff on PC already. Like the beat 'em up category on Steam is like the only ones I don't have are the really bad ones. Like the indie ones are like just the straight up meme games and stuff that aren't even trying to like be something good. I have a review key for that, I just haven't gotten around to playing it. That might be something I do in January. It's just games that are only out on console, I like never play because I never turn my PS4 on, I never use it. And the frame rate's garbo on like every game on PS4. At least the stuff that I play. Yeah, I do have that game. If it was on PC, it probably would have beaten it, but I just hate the PS4. I hate how it can't even run a Muso game at 60 FPS locked. Frame rate sucks. Just like this port, frame rate's terrible. Running like an N64 game. Oh god, why does this character have to spawn? I don't want to hear that voice. Voice makes my ears bleed. Riddance. Can't stand that character. Sucks at the story mode. She's in like every map and she never stops talking. The voice is just so grating.
見てらんないよ。
I don't want to destroy Pot's game. It's not gonna work. Or I guess it will work because it's gonna keep telling me to destroy Pots. Those ones take the longest. Alright, I'll settle for that. It's gonna take a long time, but... Probably should have just taken the one that wanted me to do the pots, honestly. I think at the point of the tower I'm at, pretty much all the objectives are going to be on the longer side anyway, so I should probably start being less selective. It's only going to take 7 more full clears to finish. Yeah, you can spend money to change the objectives and the characters that spawn. So once you start, I only have like, I think like 32 characters left to unlock. Then you can use that to kind of force the RNG. And you're pretty much never going to run out of money anyway, because the only thing to really spend it on at this point is the ultimate weapons, and it takes a metro gas ton of materials to craft them. It's highly unlikely that you will run out. Just keep in mind, you're going to be using either 4th, unique, or ultimate weapons by this point, and those don't require any money to upgrade, they only require crystals. So your money is just kind of just going to be a number at this point, like pretty much any video game. It's not like it's a unique concept or anything, but your money, you could try to stockpile it, but it seems like it's pretty easy to get if you set all your support members to money only. I might start doing that soon because these guys are pretty much maxed out. Probably the next 2 or 3 levels they're going to be completely maxed. 9 promotions, level 100. I want to make some more teams, but that's not my objective right now. My objective is just trying to finish the tower and see what comes after. I have a couple fully reincarnated characters, yeah. All these guys are fully reincarnated. I have like 3 or 4 others too. This mode seriously needs thicker crowds. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Why is it just so small? This mode's still fun because there's no fucking talking all the time, sucking the fun out of the game, but they seriously need to patch it and add thicker crowds. These objectives would be a lot more fun if more enemies would actually spawn. Why is it spawning like PS2 era crowds? It might be a little better on PC because you can change the character's option to many. It might be a little better on PC, but hopefully they just patch it outright. Yeah, the frame rate's garbage, so I can't wait for this to come out on PC. So all the consoles suck and can't run anything good. Everything's like 20 FPS on every single game I like playing. That's why my PS4 hasn't even been turned on in like a month or longer. It's a dust collector.
愛しているゆえ
The PS4 sucks too. Frame rate's terrible in like every good game. Frame rate on the PS4 version of this is just as bad. Yeah, my gaming PC is why I never use my PS4. Literally never use it. I forget I have it sometimes. I don't mean to sound like an elitist. I very much only play console games pretty much, but if the PS4 could actually run a game I enjoy worth a damn, then I would use it more. Luckily, pretty much everything gets ported to PC now, so it's not that much of an issue. Just gets old playing like fast-paced action games like this, and the hardware can't handle it. High frame rate is a necessity for games like this. Alright, I'm still gonna get the time bonus. Horsepower doesn't really mean anything if the developers can't actually optimize their game. Man, to be fair, the PS4 has a really, really bad, like, mobile level CPU. And games like this, most action games in general, put a lot of focus or strain on the CPU. So to be fair, you know, they can optimize the games, but there's only so much that can be done when the CPU can't handle it. When I upgraded my CPU on this computer, it made a night and day difference. When I upgraded my GPU back in the summer, it did make a difference, but not as much. I could run some games at 144 FPS. If I got a better CPU, that would be even better. It's definitely an investment to have a gaming PC, but the freedom you get for it is unmatched. Alright, should be able to do this one. Oh yes. Glad my favorite characters are actually usable now with all the upgrades they've added.
始末が出る。
I don't know anything about the Xbox One X version of this. It probably runs the best next to the PC version. But it's also an Xbox, and there's not really much of a reason to have one. To be perfectly honest with you. It's not even like a console wars type thing. Microsoft brand just stopped caring about getting exclusives, and the industry changed too much. Since the 360 games cost too much, it's a lot harder to money hat developers into putting exclusives in the console. And they need to put it on like everything imaginable, even the Switch, just to make ends meet in a lot of cases. That really hurt their brand as a whole. I love the Xbox 360. It had such a vast variety of games. You know, I didn't play any shooters or anything. And I still had tons of stuff to play, just like I do now. I don't play anything popular, pretty much only play niche games, but the Xbox One now, there's like nothing on there you can't play on something else. That's why the new Xbox is basically just them selling a PC console games on it. Which is a good thing, really. It means that the games will actually run quite well, but still not going to be a lot of benefit over just having your actual gaming PC and have even more freedom and non-gaming capabilities too, like work or school or whatever it is you need to do. Or if you're just a content creator, I mean, that's part of it too. If you're a content creator, it's better to have a gaming PC than a console. I think next gen should have built-in 60 FPS recording, but it's still going to be very limited compared to having a gaming PC. No online subscription is a big one, yeah. PS Plus is just way too expensive for how little I use the PS4. I'm actually on a family plan with my friend on on Switch, but I would very easily pay for it myself if I needed to. It's only $20 a year, you know, if you're gonna make me pay for something I've had for free on PC, like, literally my whole life, then, at least make it cheap. And they give you all the Nintendo ROMs and stuff, that's not bad. I feel like they could add a little bit more to it, but the price is right. If I have to pay for it at all, $20 a year is a good price, not 60. $60 is just way too much. Especially since they stopped doing like indie exclusives. I still subscribe to PS Plus when they were, you know, they would often put up like brand new indie games for free. A lot of people didn't like that though. They complained because it wasn't Call of Duty. You know, they only wanted like the big name stuff for free, which doesn't make any sense. So they stopped doing that. They pretty much lost me as a subscriber. That's not true. Like I said, the CPU and the base PS4 is pretty bad, and the Pro one is not much better either. It's definitely a limiting factor. It's not the entire reason, but it is a big reason. Ah, stupid bitch-ass NPC just stands there and does nothing. Gonna make me lose the time bonus because he won't fucking defend himself. Or just not be there at all. I don't want to babysit anybody. I should still be able to get it though. Yeah, the free like debut indie games was such an awesome thing. But the average gamer is dumb and doesn't appreciate a good value. So I guess they got tired of the complaints and they stopped doing that. Ah, there's a nice short one. Good. That was a worthwhile reset.
最後に勝利するために
Why did it have to be this damn map? I hate this map. All the stuff you can't just get straight to. You have to go all the way around. Seriously need to make the grappling hook like core gameplay mechanic and everything. This map is just needlessly big and limiting where you can go. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get the time bonus on this because this map is too damn long. It takes forever to get anywhere. Probably should have reset this one as soon as I saw this map, but I wasn't thinking. Come on, horse, go faster! I missed my cheat engine horse that went at like double speed. That thing was awesome. Made getting around so much faster. It's gonna be cutting it really close. It really depends on where the exit spawns. Of course, they can't just spawn in the middle. They have to spawn in the areas where I have to go all the way around. So all this empty space over here, they won't spawn in. Give me more time. Ah, you're a bitch, Zeus. Gave me like the worst possible thing. Yep, we want to have to go all the way around again. Ugh, just spawn it right here. Alright, luckily that didn't take that long. Should still get time bonus.
直々に力を貸してやる。喜ぶがいい。
相手を務む勘暗マイ今日のことをやりがいするまた戦いたいこの私こそ英才の飛ばれ方に勝利したその記憶に刻みつけておく
Come on, game, give me something short. I just want to finish this stream. Give me all the, like, 10-minute ones I don't want to do. No. Come on, game. No more anchors. Do something quick. There we go. Well, Basara's a zombified corpse of a franchise now. It's a shitty phone game with no gameplay. Because effort is not rewarded anymore. Just Make someone pay for a JPEG. Sara doesn't even have that many, like, female characters, so I don't even see how it makes money. It looks awful. Just like, the gameplay sucks. At least make it something like KOF All-Stars, which attempts to have some gameplay. There's a lot of really predatory aspects about KOF All-Stars, but the gameplay is not bad. Not as deep as a beat-em-up would be on like any other platform, but at least it makes an honest attempt to have actual gameplay. But the Sara phone game is not. Depressing to think about. I just stopped playing KOF All-Stars because the emulator I was using was apparently installing malware, and it took me like an hour to uninstall it. And that was the only version, that was the only mobile emulator I could find that ran it at a respectable like 60 FPS. So it was an easy decision to just stop playing it completely. The other emulators like BlueStacks and stuff ran like garbage. Actually, the only like phone emulator that like actually can run the more recent games at a good frame rate that's putting malware on people's computers. No one really enjoyed watching me play it anyway. The guides and stuff I did for that game performed pretty badly, so it wasn't really a hard decision for me to just drop it. I know streaming from an actual phone is quite expensive, and I'm nowhere near, I don't like mobile games at all, so I just won't play it. Honkai Impact 3rd is getting a PC port tomorrow, so I'm going to check that out. I thought that game was pretty cool. The character designs are just generic moe anime garbage, but the gameplay was actually pretty decent. It was held back by being on a shitty phone platform. So I'll be checking that out on stream tomorrow, most likely. Get punched. They are indeed very hard to go back to, but they also have much better level design than this game. I think this game has some of the worst level design in the entire genre. Like, I never want to play the story mode in this again. I'm basically just going to, when this game comes out on PC and I have to do all the ultimate content again, I'm probably just going to use someone with brilliance and just get through it. I mean, as low budget and simple as this infinite mode is, I'm enjoying playing it because it's just the combat with no gimmicks. And the level design in this game just actively prevents you from having fun for extended periods of time. I really hope this game is not indicative of how they're going to design the levels and stuff in future Muso games. I never played Ken's Rage 2. I heard it was awful. What exactly was wrong with it? I know they like took out like 90% of the mechanics or something. That's what I heard from somebody. I never actually played it though. Yeah, I only played the demo. Yeah, I think it was like outsourced to some other team. It wasn't actually made by Omega Force. I just remember everyone saying it was terrible, and that was enough for me to never really bother to play it. Oh, they even removed jumping? Wow. Yeah, I heard that they really dumbed down the mechanics. I didn't know they just removed jumping. I remember someone saying that it was like outsourced. Like they got some random studio to do it instead of Omega Force. I don't know if that's true though. Yeah, the first Ken's Rage was not like the best Muso game out there, but they tried to do something new with it. The way that the mechanics worked and stuff, like having I don't know a lot about the source material, but the people that practice the different martial arts, they have like completely different play styles. I thought that was a really cool idea. They haven't really done anything to that extent since. I mean, they've done character types and stuff, and having them play that differently is something that doesn't happen that often. You can choose whatever you want, yeah. How are the 6 new characters? I mean, they're alright. A lot of them are just recycled. They should have put more of them in. I wanted to play as, like, Sasuke and stuff in this, not fucking Achilles. Achilles is boring. Nobody cares about him. Moveset. Like, the most dry thing ever. It makes sense that he's here because of the setting of the game, but could have picked any other of the remaining characters they have left to recycle. It would have been more interesting. I think the roster additions are pretty disappointing. The game is fun. I hated playing the story. The level design is just as bad. And they'll put in Achilles, who is like one of the most boring Muso game movesets of all time. They'll put him in instead of the characters that people actually want. Alright, so next clear is going to be the last one. Alright, that's a pretty quick one. And the end. The problem with all the deity characters is they have like hour-long animations. They don't really feel fun to play because it takes them too long to get anything out. If they had put agility, if they let you put agility up to plus 20, I think I would probably enjoy playing them more, but I just don't like playing characters that take an hour to do anything in any game, really. That's why I don't like Monster Hunter. Because the character is not responsive, it's slow. So when all your new characters are basically that kind of archetype, I don't really... I forget they're in the game sometimes. Gaia, for what it's worth, actually has pretty fast animations. I've been putting her in the warrior training on the side while I've been doing this. I'm going to make a video with her soon. I feel like they should have designed the other deities like her. Like, still have, like, really over-the-top animations and stuff, but the moves actually come out in a respectable amount of time.
私がお相手いたしましょう。今は引きます。私がお相手いたしましょう。覚悟なさってください。
I need to finish God Eater 3. That's probably something I'll do during the dry period next month. Very close to the end. The budget for this expansion was obviously, like, I don't know, 5 cents and some expired cat food. I think they did a pretty decent job considering they were obviously given, like, no resources to do anything. It says a lot that they already announced a patch fixing a lot of the problems people have with the game, like, 3 days after it came out. So I'm sure by the time it's out on PC that the game will be better overall.
速と厳正なる勝負。
さあ、私が可愛いって言ってみましょう。
行くとしますか。
Alright, the final floor, which is, I'm gonna spoil it right now, incredibly anticlimactic. But the end is the end. That's what I set out to do today, is finish this up so I can make a video. Here we go.
12島を攻略したアテナとアレスらにゼウスは新たに今までの塔よりはるかに多くの階層。今度こそオリンポスの主神ゼウスが待っているはず。
今度こそ
異界の他の場所とは。
ほう、気がついたようだな。さあ、わきまえよ。手心を加えん。
ほう、オリンポスのですが、彼は本気なようです。
That was pretty sloppy. Could have killed him in one combo, but kind of like a little burnt out. Just about 2 hours straight of doing that.
いや、
いやー、すまんすまんと言いたいところだな。
ゼウス殿、一つ教えてください。
さて、なんであろうな。それよりもわしはまだまだ戦いたり。
まだは
ですが当初の目的はそうですね。
皆
礼には及びません。
どうやらしぶしぶ帰ったような。
Is he still decent in this? I haven't tested him because I put brilliance on him to prep this file on the vanilla version before the ultimate came out. So I need to make him another weapon. I'll make him one with reach plus 20. That'll probably make a pretty good difference.
数日にわたって私と修練をしたいんだという物好きが増えた。自らを追い込もうとする姿勢は褒めている。だがいちいち悲鳴を上げるのはやめてもらいたい。
The probability of obtaining new allies on all levels has increased by 20% after clearing the Skyfather Tower, so... I'm missing 29 characters still, so I guess that helps. There's supposed to be some other, like, harder tower. Maybe you have to clear... Maybe you have to get all the officers or something? Alright, well, I'll look into that later. Oh yeah, I was gonna make Guanswo a weapon. I'll log back in. Hold on. There's supposed to be another tower after that, but I don't know how to unlock it. I guess it just doesn't unlock by clearing it. You may have to recruit all the characters, which I'm definitely not going to do now. Why the hell didn't it save? I don't want to do this again.
片っ端から挑んでやった神だろうが伝説の英雄だろうが関係ねえぜ私のなすべきことを観測参る
There's supposed to be, like, another tower that's, like, way harder. I don't know what it is I did to not unlock it. I'll have to, like, look on the Japanese wiki or something. I cleared the whole thing. I don't know exactly what it is it wants me to do now. But I'll have to figure that out on my own time. Well, the extra range definitely does help. It's not on Steam yet because Koei takes forever to PC port stuff. And they're doing the whole release. I would be playing this on PC if I could, because the frame rate is not garbage. But they, whatever reason, they don't do worldwide releases. But you also have to consider that the PC port of Warriors Orochi 4 is like one of the best ones they have that just turns on and works and actually runs well. So even though I don't really see what else needs to be done, it's basically just adding DLC to it. I mean, at least the PC port of the game actually runs and it's not trash like a lot of their other ports are really bad. I was given a key for Berserk a couple months ago, earlier in the summer, and a lot of people said that game ran terribly, but there's been like 4 generations of computer hardware since then, so the game just worked for me. But a lot of their ports are left in really bad states, and they never come back and fix them. The Warriors Orochi 4 port was like a little bit off for like a week, and they fixed it. I think the real reason it's being delayed, they're not doing it worldwide, is because it's coming out in like peak holiday season. It came out like a week before Christmas. And while I think that people that are interested in Muso games don't really play a lot of big AAA blockbusters anyway, I guess they felt like they didn't want to compete against all that stuff. And the game's already translated. You just saw me clear every facet of content in it in full English. But I think it's just the suits think that, I don't know, going against like Call of Duty and Pokemon and stuff is somehow going to make them go bankrupt. I don't know. It's anybody's guess, really. I mean, there's really not much work to be done from what I can see. It's not like it's not translated. But a lot of niche game companies do that too. A lot of times they put out their stuff in like January or February because they feel like there's not that many AAA games coming out around that time. It's usually kind of a dry period, and then around like early spring, late summer, early spring, or late spring, early summer is when all the big stuff comes out, and then there's a drought until the holiday season. So I guess they think they have a couple months where they don't have to worry about competing against those games, even though I'm a perfect example. All that stuff comes out, and I don't care about those games. Stuff like this is what I'm interested in. It's also been a really grueling year in terms of expenses with gaming as a hobby too. That's a factor as well, I'm sure. A lot of people's wallets or like gaming and entertainment budget is like just tapped out right now. There's been so much stuff coming out. There's all the big movies that came out this year. There's like tons of amazing games came out in like literally every genre you can think of. So I guess they just don't want to overwhelm people. I've had a lot of people ask me about the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm not a Final Fantasy fan at all. I've never beaten any of them. I don't really like the combat system or anything. My issue with playing that game is it's timed exclusive on PS4, and it's like not even the full game. From what I understand, it's like not even the first disc of the first game. So seems kind of weird to like invest a bunch of time and money into something that's stuck on the PS4 for a year when the PS4 is already on the way out. They've already said the next console, next generation is a year from now. If I played that at all, I'd probably play it on PC for the better frame rate. Probably at least having some kind of plan for what they're going to do for the next one. I like how they just completely keep glossing over the fact that it's not the full game. They're like hoping people forget. That shit's not going to be done for like 6 years. The game has just too wide of a scope and they're changing too much to really get it done in a timely manner. Yeah, I need to go back and finish Vesperia. That was one of the things I had planned for next month. I bought that game twice, and I just kind of stopped playing it because the Switch version was crashing randomly. And modern games, I'm sure you noticed, like they autosave all the time. So usually a crash, at worst, usually means like like having to watch a cutscene again, or maybe repeat a few minutes of gameplay. But Tales of Vesperia is like not really designed to crash at all because it has a very traditional save point system. And like the post game dungeon they added to the definitive edition in the PS3 version is like really long. So there were a lot of people experiencing crashes and having to repeat like half an hour or more of gameplay. So it crashed on me like 4 times in one dungeon, and I just stopped playing it, and then I just got busy with so many other projects for the channel. But now that things are finally slowing down, the year's coming to an end, and I have a month of nothing major coming out, I do plan on going back to that. They did patch the Switch version, and I haven't heard anybody say that it crashes anymore. I thought people just had like faulty memory cards or something. There's some games are weird, like they won't run on certain SD cards or something. Maybe they were doing wrong that was making it crash. But then it happened to me like 4 times in a row, and I saw exactly why people were not playing it. Which is a shame because the Switch port is like one of the best JRPGs on the platform, really, because it actually runs at 60 FPS. But the crashes kind of overrode that, in my opinion. Like even the more recent Tales games autosave. Yeah, there was like no set point where it crashed for people. It's not like it was some kind of reproducible thing, like you couldn't like get to a battle or something and have the game crash every time, but the fact that it was completely random made it worse. If it was something you could just trigger at will and just maybe have to adjust a little bit to avoid, it would have been fine, but it was just random. Like I said, the game is not really designed to crash in any way. It's not really designed in a way where you can quickly recover from something like that. Yeah, I'm excited for Arise, but they've been advertising it in a terrible way. The marketing for it has been awful. They're not, like, showing anything about it. For something that's probably going to come out in the first half of 2020, there's been, like, barely any information about it at all. They've shown, like, a combined, like, 15 seconds of gameplay. Like, they need to start showing something. I mean, I'll get it just because it's a Tales game. It's the only JRPG series I actively play. They should have been more open about what the hell it is and how the game is going to play by now. For something that was announced, like, 8 months ago. Really doesn't feel like it's coming anytime soon. I heard that one is like Muso, but I don't know if it would really be something I would play. I haven't really played the other ones. I don't have any kind of sentimental value to it. I have a lot of sentimental value for this game. This game was like the equivalent of the Final Fantasy remake for me, because I actually grew up playing Ninja Warriors. I had this game as a kid. I played it to death. This is like one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. I'm very thankful that they did such an amazing job remaking it. Definitely one of the best ways to, like, examples of how to remake an old game. You know, like, don't do something stupid like make it open world or drastically change the art style. Just make better pixel art and then smooth out the game a little bit more polish, add more moves, a little bit more depth to the combat. They didn't really do anything too drastic to it. I mean, they're only charging like $20 for it too. $20 for that game is a steal. It's very fun to play. They didn't add any dumb gimmicks to it or anything. They did. I would argue they made 3 of the bosses worse. The big guy on the first level, the big Arnold guy, just by proxy, the fight where you fight 2 of them, and then the final boss. I feel like I don't really like the changes they made to those fights, but it doesn't really ruin the experience. You just have to fight them differently. And the only problem with the boss, the final boss, is that his hurt box is like much smaller. So characters like the one I was just playing, it's a lot harder for him to hit him than it was in the original game because the hitbox of his cockpit is much smaller. So you have to be a lot better at spacing. Yeah, I don't really agree with that. It was already kind of an obnoxious fight in the original game. But you can just play like Yaksha or Ninja, and their throws pretty much will hit him every time as long as you're directly below him. So it's just kind of like a matchup kind of thing. And then like the new character can't grab the big Arnold guys, so her core gameplay mechanic just doesn't work. I feel like that was kind of an oversight too, but I really enjoyed playing that game. Just playing a couple levels on it, it's always very enjoyable. I think they did an amazing job. They already said that they're working on the next remake, which I assume will be Pocky and Rocky, because Wild Guns, Pocky and Rocky, and then the Ninja Warriors were like the big like AAA quality Natsume games from the 90s that people would probably want to remake. I don't have any inside information. That's just what I think. I don't really think they would remake something like Harvest Moon, which was also a Natsume game. Yeah, I think if they had changed the final boss to not be just a big gimmick, that would have been better. But I guess they didn't really want to change too much. They really wanted it to just be an updated game. You know, the same thing, just modernized a little bit. Even though it's very much still a retro game, which is probably why a lot of people didn't play it. Yeah, I guess they did. So I imagine their next remake's probably going to be Pocky and Rocky. All right. Let's see what I feel like doing next. I got a very nice donation from a viewer a couple hours ago, so I was thinking of seeing if there's anything I want to try. A lot of the stuff I have in here is not coming out anytime soon. This I have a physical copy of on the Switch, so I don't really have any desire to get the PC version. And this I pre-ordered on Switch too. I'm gonna pay that off next week. Zero Collection is going to be on everything, yeah. So I opted for the Switch version, especially since they said they're fixing the input lag. Because I bought the Mega Man X collection day one. I paid that game off and I had it the day it came out, and I barely played it because of the input lag was terrible. And they said that I guess they're like direct ports or something, so they won't have input lag. I don't get why they couldn't patch the X collection. It sold a lot of copies. I mean, I heard it sold enough that they're basically all but confirmed to be making an X9. It's like, well, why can't you treat those classic games with respect and go back and fix the input lag? The collection is it's such a great deal to have pretty much all the main games, even if half of them aren't that great. Have them all for like $30 is a steal, but there's still the emulation, the input lag is very poor. I feel like when companies want you to buy like 20-year-old games, they should be at least on par with the experience you can get from an emulator. But a lot of times that doesn't happen. A lot of times they come back and they re-release the games like 25 years later, but they have like terrible input lag or something else is wrong with them, and it's still better to just go illegally download the ROM and play it on an emulator. I don't get why they don't put more effort into like making it an actual like replacement for having to play the game illegally. Stuff like the Shadow over Mistara port, like those are actually really good ports, and they have like new stuff. So from a consumer standpoint, it's actually worth spending money on something like that because you're getting an experience on par with the actual arcade ROM. But it's very rare that something like that happens. I don't know anything about Secret of Mana. I think they may have done something with that game. No, the Chronicles of Mystar is separate from the beat 'em up bundle. The beat 'em up bundle is also they're really good ports too. Like those are actually better than, for the most part, they're better than just playing on Fightcade or something. The only problem is if the netcode doesn't work when you have more than two players, it gets like unplayable lag. But I don't really think that's much of a problem for most people. Most people who play beat 'em ups co-op, they only usually only play with one person. But they never went back and fixed it. But the games themselves, if you don't care about multiplayer, they are a pretty good deal for the $10, 10 $20 they charge. But like I said, it's very rare that instances like that happen, where you're actually encouraged. It's actually you're not an idiot for supporting a legal release of an old game instead of just downloading the ROM. I was kind of interested in getting this, but it's still $16. I hear the single player content's not great, and like literally nobody on the planet plays it. I was thinking of getting this. I wanted to try it out. $15 is the right price. Now, it's been a problem ever since they started re-releasing classic games. Is just shitty emulation or input lag, or they're incredibly bare bones ports that don't add anything. So there's not really much of an incentive to spend money and play them legally. The Capcom's been doing a pretty good job. Let me see if I can find that thread. There was a thread in here where someone said they went to a convention and they were talking about how they changed the way that the game's reported, so there won't be the massive input lag. Nah, I think this is the link here. All right, let me pull this up. Oh, it's right there already. First, the entire game is using the original source code. The representative assured me that there is no emulation going on. The demo felt completely lagless, so I believe this. He said it was the most common complaint that fans had about the other collections, so that's why they tried to address it in this release. That was why I was interested in buying it. Because the X collection was good, except for the abysmal input lag. So I hope that this is true. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see if I feel like doing anything else. I have some money on my account right now. I'm just like, none of this stuff is like must play for me. I kind of wanted to try Killer Instinct because I hear it has good single player content, so it doesn't matter that three people play it. This game looks cool too, but seems kind of bare bones and it's only 25% off. I hear it has good netcode. Uh, Zero Ranger I kind of wanted to get to. Nope, terrible optimization. I've had enough of that the past week. Alright, well, pass on that. These people are saying the story is like the main focus too, and it's like it's a Chinese game. So Chinese game and story focused and not really greatly translated is not a good mix. I play a lot of Chinese games, but they're all like not story based, so it's not much of an issue. But if I'm going to have to sit through a bunch of cutscenes and none of it's going to make any sense, then I don't think that's for me. This is getting an update soon. I'm very excited for this. Two-player co-op, new characters, and new weapons. So I guess the halberd is going to be added. It will actually have a move set instead of a clone move set like it does now. They said by the end of the year, so within the next 5 days. They're in China, so they're a day ahead of us. But that doesn't solve my problem of buying something new. Yeah, a nice viewer sent me a $30 donation, and I also have a $50 gift card from my neighbor, so my next couple projects are pretty much paid for. It's just there's nothing coming out next month. I was kind of interested in this game. This game looks pretty cool, but it's also coming out on Switch. I pretty much do almost all my indie gaming exclusively on the Switch now because the Switch, as weak as it is in processing power, it can handle pretty much any indie game. Any 2D indie game runs pretty well on there, unless it's just they get a really bad porting studio to do it. And I'm still doing my part-time job for the foreseeable future, so playing playing indie games on Switch works really well for my lifestyle right now. Yeah, there's like nothing. There's nothing I'm interested in playing at all. That's all. It keeps recommending me stuff I'm not interested in. I don't like Kingdom Hearts. It's too simple. There's not enough moves. And I've heard all the complaints about Kingdom Hearts 3 at length about how it's dumbed down. It's not as good as the other one. I've never really been a fan myself. I played the first two, but a lot of my perception of Kingdom Hearts is kind of ruined by the fact that I never played the expansions. I know the expansions made the games a lot better. I didn't like them enough to ever go back and play. A lot of people are banking on the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC to have some kind of balance patch that will make the game not so brain dead, but who knows if that will actually happen. Yeah. The speed run for Kingdom Hearts 3 is like everything wrong with the game. Like the speed run is literally just spamming fire the whole time because you have like apparently you have like no physical options in the game and none of them are as good as just spamming fire. And then there was some article that said that they did that on purpose because they wanted the game to be accessible. It's like, isn't that what easy modes are for? There's nothing wrong with putting easy modes in games. I even use them sometimes in certain games. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a beginner mode, but why do the core gameplay mechanics have to be dumbed down because they want to make it accessible? That's what difficulty modes have been for. That's what difficulty modes have been for decades. Oh, I know what I'll try. Hold on. Give me a little bit here. I need to install something. I actually have something cool to close out the stream with. Hold on. I forgot about this. Give me a little bit here. All right, let's see if this works. If it loads, hello. Here it goes.
Devil May Cry.
Alright, so figure out how to do this. Uh,
Hey, we doing this or what?
surprise!
What are you long? Hurry up and get moving!
He still feels awful to play. I need to like actually put him in the game. Work in progress mod, yeah, just came out today.
Cut you down.
Particle effects are going crazy. I think I'll wait until they tweak that a little bit. Yeah, back out of the game. I'm kind of been waiting for Community Edition to keep playing this. They announced Community Edition like months ago, and it's still not done. It's supposed to be like a D-input DLL file that allows you to have more customization than you currently do. So I've been really interested in that. I get tired of fighting with Cheat Engine just to play this game. But I haven't heard anything about it. Maybe they're finally getting close to being done. I didn't think I would not be playing it for this long because I thought that it would be out sooner, but I guess... I mean, obviously it's people working on it for free, so they have other things to do in their lives. Can't even find my cheat engine table right now. I need to make a shortcut for it. Ah, here we go. I think I found it. Yeah, this is the most recent one. Put this in my... Oops. Forgot to put on passive switch. This is why I don't play this game that much. It's kind of annoying to have to fight with Cheat Engine every single time. But that's what Community Edition is supposed to solve, but like I said, I haven't heard anything about it. I mean, they get endless complaints about it, and I don't understand why they didn't announce anything. I thought when they came out at the Game Awards earlier this month that they were going to announce something. It seemed like the perfect place to do it. They didn't even need a trailer. They could have just said, like, look forward for more things to come for DMC5. I think that would have pleased a lot of people, but they just killed support for this game. I don't know why. It's obviously a high demand for it. I haven't played this in so long. Jeez, I cannot play this. This is embarrassing. Alright, I'll play this later. It's embarrassing. I've lost like all my skill on the game. I used to be pretty decent at it. I just haven't played it in months. I'll have to practice on that off camera. And like I said, once Community Edition is out, I'll be more interested in playing that game because I won't have to load like all the trainers and cheat engine tables and stuff. Just gets really tiresome. I admire the people that can put up with it, but it just gets annoying. I don't like having to do all that just to have fun playing it. Which is a valid complaint for a lot of the people that really put a lot of time into 3 and 4. Like DMC5 in general requires you to basically mod the game to like an unrecognizable state to really enjoy it. Yeah, I just have to get the muscle memory back. I mean, I beat the game on everything but DMD. I'm not bad at it. It's just I haven't played it in a while. It's the kind of game where you have to play it on a regular basis. You can't just come back to it and have all your muscle memory. That's what I was trying to do there. The community edition is basically going to make it so that all the mods and stuff will be just baked into the game. You won't have to fight with trainers and stuff anymore.
まだまだ余裕といや
体動かすか。アメリアさんお疲れ。アメリアさん
はいかかってきないや強えのと戦いたいものね
アメリアさんやるよ。
Well, Capcom's in the era where they're actually realizing that making what people want actually gives them money and critical acclaim. So I don't really have any problems with them. As much as I would like Virgil to be playable in DMC5, it is a complete game. It's not really missing anything. It's just kind of weird that, from a production standpoint, they already have a character model, probably like 20% of a moveset, and the voice actor, and the motion capture done, and he's not playable. Like, I understand that part is a little weird, but it is a complete game. You know, they did what they set out to do, and I think that goes pretty far these days. All the games that are released like broken and half finished. Yeah, I want Basara too, but I just kind of have accepted that it's dead. They decided that a shitty zombified corpse of a mobile game is is good enough for us, I guess. Which has no gameplay, by the way. It's just clicking buttons. That's it. There's no gameplay whatsoever. I It's just depressing to think about, honestly. I try to forget that that happened. I watched that stream and everything. I was waiting for them to like announce something. I would have been happy if they had just ported Sumeragi to Switch and put it out in English so that more people could experience it. I would have been totally happy with that for the 15th anniversary, but they can't even be asked to do that. And that's what pisses me off about it. Like a port seems like a brain dead kind of thing to do. It's like you could sell it on the Switch, have it localized for the first time, don't bother dubbing it like they did last time, and spend money on AAA voice actors that prevented them from actually turning a profit. Like just subtitle it and put it up for like $30. I know a lot of people would buy that, especially if it was a good port and it actually ran at 60 FPS. A lot of people would buy that, and they would be able to show that to the suits of the company and say, hey, people still care about this brand and franchise and IP. Like maybe we should make something new, which is exactly what they did with DMC before DMC 5 was announced. They put Dante in Monster Hunter World, and then they put out the HD collection, and both of those things both of those things sold well enough for them to consider continuing the franchise. But they don't bother to do that with Basara. They just kind of let it die. Yeah, I think a port being out of the question is just depressing. I don't understand why they can't be bothered to do that. The Castlevania game on the mobile, I actually tried it on emulator. I probably would have put more time into it if the emulator didn't run it at like 15 FPS. It was unplayable. It seems like it has actual gameplay and not just loot boxes and cards and all that stuff that they normally do with phone games. But the emulators run it like trash, so I uninstalled it. All right, well, I think I'm gonna grab a snack shortly. I need to get something to eat. Need to either make something, or stores are probably closed by now. It's still Christmas. They usually close at like 6. It's 5:30 right now. Uh, I was kind of expecting to unlock that other tower in Orochi, but I think I have to like unlock all the characters. I'll have to ask some people on Twitter. I know some other people in my community are playing it. If I can figure out how to unlock that harder tower, then maybe I'll play some more of that tonight. Otherwise, I think I'm going to start something else. Let me try something here really quick. It's a pretty good Christmas stream. Played a little variety of games. Finished up the tower. Yeah, I saw that there's supposed to be a tower after the 100 floor one. That's where you can like I guess have a lot of more fun with the combat system and stuff. But the only thing I unlocked is it said that there's a 20% higher chance of recruiting characters. So I assume I need to go through the floors again and get all the characters I don't have, and then I guess at some point it will unlock the other people or the other tower or something. I don't feel like doing that today. I already played for 2 hours today. I think I've earned a break from that game for today. Hold on, it's loading. Okay, so normally this game, when I load it, it freezes at the boot up logo, and I have to refresh my capture source to get it to work. But what seems like what fixes it is if I'm on another source that doesn't have the game capture enabled, like this one. If I have this up while it's loading, and then I switch to the source that actually has the game and the game capture source, then it works fine. So that's good to know, because that's kind of what prevents me from playing this. It's annoying to have to refresh my scene and stuff just to turn this on. That's nice, so I'll play this for a little bit.
I'm a member of STARS. Come on!
It's a fan game. Just higher quality than most. Most open BOR games are not terribly interesting because they don't have interesting mechanics. And like 95% of them are just sprite rips, which is understandable because if you have the talent to make your own pixel art and make a beat 'em up, it's better to do it in another engine so that you can actually sell it and make some money. So, I mean, that's part of it as well. This game, for what it's worth, has a lot of sprite edits because a lot of the sprites are ancient. Some of them are like 25 or closer to 30 years old, like the Final Fight one. So they do a lot of sprite edits and stuff for things like the blocking, the countering, the running. So it actually is not just a straight sprite rip, but most open BOR games are. So there isn't always a lot of reason to play them. There's another one, the Double Dragon, Ultimate Double Dragon, or whatever it's called. That one has like straight up style switching combos and stuff, but it's not finished yet. I'm not very good at it. I've been watching that one. I say the best ones right now is probably this and Future Age 2X, which came out earlier this month. That's a really high quality game too. But a lot of the other ones, I mean, obviously making a beat 'em up is not as easy as it seems. The same thing with like first person shooters. You think a first person shooter is like the easiest thing to make, but a lot of the indie ones are really bad because they have like hit scan enemies or bad pacing and balancing and stuff. Beat 'em up is very much the same way. There are a lot of open BOR games, but I haven't seen a lot that are worth playing, and there's just so many. There's so many to wade through. It's a lot harder to wade through open BOR games than it is like Mugen characters, and open BOR and Mugen are compared a lot because they're basically the same thing, just a different genre. I would like to explore more of them, but I just haven't really had any guidance on which ones are really good. I've tried a couple of them.
The weak deserve dead. Here I go! Here I go!
Right, I am gonna go take a break. I need to get something to eat. I haven't eaten since like 10 a.m. today. I'm either gonna make a snack or just nuke something in the microwave. I'll probably come back. I might actually just start the next challenge, which will probably be either finishing or restarting Vesperia or God Eater 3. Those are the next two things I was looking at because unlike other stuff in my backlog, I'm a considerable length into them, so it'll be easy to come back. Merry Christmas! Next month is the start of my 15th year of running this channel, so I want to do a lot of exciting stuff. I might do a Christmas giveaway actually, because I don't think I'm going to have that many expenses for the channel next month. It looks like there's not really anything interesting coming out, and I got that $30 donation from a viewer today, and then I have a $50 gift card. So whatever I do end up playing, if I buy anything next month, will be on the house. So um, when my Patreon comes in, I'll see if I can get some Steam keys for some of the games I've covered in the past. That's generally what I do because I play a lot of niche games, and not all of them have console ports, and people aren't sure if they can run them and stuff like that. And there's no demos or anything, so I might do like a copy of Assault Spy or like Fight and Rage or I don't know, whatever I can find that's cheap. So Merry Christmas. I think after I have a break, I'll come back and I'll start something else. If I can get a concrete answer on how to unlock that other tower in Ultimate, then maybe I'll come back and I'll try to get that done so I can make a video on it. I'm not gonna host anybody. You guys are set loose. I'll be back later tonight for sure. Peace. Merry Christmas.